Welcome to Project Ketchup, where you get caught up on everything that has happened so far. It's not all of it, there's a lot, but I'll do my best. So, here we go. Welcome to my building. This is Total Business Products, or was rather. It's now HellersTown. I just haven't gotten the signs changed, but working on that soon. It was built in 1920, so it definitely needs some work, but got it for a great price. Same with the trailer and my car. This is my 2018 Ford Explorer. I got it off auction. It's got a lot of runtime, but it's been very reliable. And my trailer that's helped me move most of the materials I've had to tear away from the building, grab stuff from auction. It's been the perfect purchase and it didn't cost me very much. So, very happy with all three of these things. I got all of this in 2025. Sold a bunch of stuff, moved back home, set down some roots, and so now the focus is on turning this place into an R&D facility, somewhere that the mind can wander and be focused on the task that at hand. And well, to be honest, I don't really know where it's going to go. But right now, we're just patching holes basically as fast as it's leaking. So here's the plan. Okay. That corner has nothing attaching to it. It's like a ratchet strap, because as I was taking these out, it started to fall away from the building. And if I cut down here, then the only place it's supported is there. So basically that ratchet strap needs to support all this weight, and then it needs to fall between this fence and that AC unit. Problems like this keep popping up, things that are just unexpected, but come springtime, I'm going to remove this entire wall. We're going to tackle, obviously, sealing it back up, getting the weatherproofing on, getting the matching siding, which is all just down the road from Menards. I think I can do it rather cheap, and it should be ready to go come springtime. But weather permitting, can't really do it until then. But I'm glad that it's down, because the bricks were falling away from the building, and obviously so was the deck. So this door here, actually, I don't know why they sealed it. I'm going to open it back up and have this entire area actually redone. So I'm hoping to use the bricks off the side of the building to replace this fence on my right, and then either sod or at least remove the gravel that's underneath my feet. You can't see, but all of that good stuff there, and make this a nicer area, especially for my dog, but really just kind of a break area. All of the bricks have been stored and saved away, and hopefully they become useful, like I said, once this project picks up in the spring. Moving on with another problem here is a crack in the foundation. They tried to seal it up, pretty poor job of it. It leaks, and I have some dehumidifiers running. Here is the front side of the building, which obviously is great. It's right in the middle of town and great location. It's also how I get up to the roof. I've done some work up there. Unfortunately, in the middle of winter, ice formed up there. Had to clear it off, get it out of there, because the parapet rose up and these little nail holes started coming up. And so I had to use some rubber cement there and seal them back up. The other thing that I want to do to this front side is obviously change the sign. It's great advertising to be this close to downtown. I already mentioned my vehicle, but this is a 2018 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor I got off auction for about $5,000. It's great mileage, ton of runtime. Had to get rid of my truck to do it. I don't miss the payment. I do miss the truck, but this is very reliable. I've also gone on auction, and for like $10, I got all the dividers and everything to put back in it. We're actually going to use this vehicle as part of the business and hopefully retrofit the back end to fit battery banks and be able to mobile launch drones from. Underneath the hood, the vehicle motor is actually a little bit more powerful. It's in a 3.7, and it does have that battery there. I've already had to go and replace that. That is a little bit unfortunate and concerning, but it is what it is. And this entire system is hopefully going to be upgraded. You don't know him yet, but you will. This is my partner in crime and my buddy always waiting for me at the door, Samson. I love him. He's a beagle. I got him from my supervisor. He was stray actually before. Had to fix him up, and now he's feeling better than ever, and he is unbelievably spoiled. I have been already looking to do these signs up. I obviously don't like that the old business name is still there. I want to take them down. It's just really cold outside. But I have a couple ideas. I think there are 5 signs. There's this vertical one. Hopefully I can do a list of services. It's right along that road I showed you at the front of the building. There's 2 long ones that you saw as well on either side. Hopefully that will be, logo, name, and then there's some smaller ones for names, numbers, that kind of thing. And one that I actually didn't show you above that blue building on the side. And that'll be a special project, so definitely be on the lookout for that one. These, I think I'm just going to end up flipping them over. They're a little bit dirty. They have to be cleaned up, but I don't have to remove the decals on the other side, and that should make that easier. And there you can obviously see my extension ladder that I may die on. Here is that pile of bricks I showed you guys earlier. I do have them stored inside right now. I don't really have anywhere else to put them. They're in good shape. I couldn't save all of them, but did save probably half. I think it'll be enough for the wall, but I also have them listed on Marketplace just to see what I can get for them. I don't think I'm going to sell them, though. In case you guys haven't been paying attention, I love the auctions. I basically got these for nothing from a fire department and loaded them up. Made great use out of them so far. I get to do home workouts. I like working out at night. The problem is that I haven't been super consistent, and I want to polish up on that, make a great fitness program because, well, everything stems from health and fitness, and that's a very important part of what I want to do. I want to see what I'm physically capable of, and you guys will see that entire progression along the way from basically knowing nothing to hopefully having a very well-polished program. Part of that includes the discipline that comes from boxing and the actual learning and training process. Unfortunately, there's no one near me that actually does training, so I'm kind of on my own on that front right now. We'll see how that evolves in the future, but I've done this for about 2 or 3 years, and I would really like to fight someday. This building has a really large space, and some of it I just don't know what to do with. Like this central pillar has the HVAC in it, and just all this floor space. This space here I use more than anywhere else. It's home to all of my projects, and that first one being the drone, because that is the first way I plan to generate revenue. I've had some problems. My old drone, I had to resolder it. I fixed it up. It still ended up not working. I spent forever testing out all of the controllers and eventually determined that there was a little chip in the flight controller. It's the STM32 chip that had an internal malfunction, so I was getting power but no data. There's good and bad that comes from that. One is that the old drone is scrapped, but I do get to make a high-quality custom marketing drone here, and we'll have that build coming up here very shortly. My first project that I worked on was this lock for the business that is next to me. What actually happened was they had a fixed part break off and it's no longer manufactured, so I was asked if I could custom design a part and implement it into the old lock. So I saved as much as I possibly could from that old one and custom built that. There's a little piece that engages the lock inside of that mechanism. I was able to just make that part. It's strong enough to withstand the constant turning, and well, eventually you can see I got it together here and it works perfectly. It was for a local church over in Fox Valley. They now have a door, and they didn't have to buy either an entire new lock or an entire new door. So ended up saving them a bunch of money, and it was officially the first profit that the business has made. I'm very excited to do projects like this. I just don't know how sustainable they are. So where exactly that kind of job fits in, we will see in the future. For right now, we're sticking to this this process of being able to manufacture and design our own parts. So the pieces that go in, I can make very quickly, and then obviously print them on site. They are strong, they are made from good material, and well, I can do it by request. So if that's a custom part for myself or for a drone or for just necessity around this place, I can do that, or I can create entire projects on my own. This printer has been fitted with a kit from 3D Farmers. It's a Bamboo Lab A1 Mini that's fully automated and engages a limit switch, which then activates a fan, cools an item, and then knocks it off the build plate. We have some older ones as well. This is an Anycubic Cobra 2, very reliable and makes durable pieces. It didn't cost a whole bunch, and it's been with me since the beginning. I had two more. They were both Creality Enders. I've actually gone ahead and sold them because I didn't want to go through the process of automating them with Octoprint. Here is the brains of the operation. This is the Boto, eventually will be the command center. I do all of my work, all of my software editing, video editing, and of course my 3D modeling from here. All free software. If you guys ever want any tips, I'm also going to be setting up a Fiverr so that way I can do educational courses on all of this. I learned it all freelance. There was no courses taken, and it's really not as difficult as people believe, which is why I think 3D printing could be a great tool for people in the future. I don't want to do too many renovations. Obviously, I want to increase the property value, but it will function as a storefront and a business foremost, as opposed to kind of an office as it is now. That being said, I do want to install a corner basin shower in here. I will most likely have to end up turning the toilet to give it enough space, but in this corner, yes, there will be a commercial, kind of like a mop bucket, with probably a hose hookup as well. Around the corner from this, there's this little kitchenette, and the purpose of this is to perfect the meal prepping. And coupled with physical fitness, I think this is the key to staying healthy and getting all your nutrients from the right place. Of course, not just eating protein, but eating good protein and getting your calories appropriately and then using them well is the name of the game. And so this is actually going to be a rather large project, and it's going to be a lot of work and probably take a lot of money as well to do perfectly. So we're going to try to find the best balance of money in, nutrition out, and then fuel for our day to keep the mind clear, to keep the body going. And I don't know exactly where this is headed, but like I said, everything stems from physical fitness and this health. And so we're doing the best that we can with what we have. Just like this 13-in-1 little oven that I have, it does pretty much anything I need, and whatever it doesn't, my slow cooker does the rest. Now heading down to the basement here. It's been redone, and it's obviously not in the greatest shape, especially because, like I said, there are leaks in it, but it's a great storage space. It's almost just as big as the top. So here we have a couple of items that I've gotten on auction. Washers, dryers, dishwashers. Obviously, we want to try to get water heaters, furnaces, HVAC, all of this stored down here so that way when the tenants need something, it's on site and I can install it. Learning the mechanical systems is very important for what I hope to achieve here. So actually getting good at the appliance repair for the tenants and just miscellaneously has actually been a good experience. This space down here is great for it because I can store all these big items as well as all my building materials, have it all ready to go, and really just experiment and mess up a little bit sometimes too. When it got really cold, actually, this HVAC system completely failed because it was overworked. I pretty much tested out the entire system, and, well, electrically it was fine, but somewhere the windings and the motor had ended up fusing together, and I think that it was a lack of power, and it ended up shorting out. It actually broke a couple of weeks ago again from these wires here that you're seeing. They were arcing because of a wrong connector type, and so we've had a pretty cold winter and have kind of had to make it up on the go. I didn't expect to learn HVAC systems either, and so the experience from this was also more profound than I thought, and hopefully will pay off in the future. This area will eventually serve as the main working place. However, right now there's so much damage, and well, you can see here I have a project going. We're trying to restore this. It's got all the original old walls. It's got fire damage on the beams. Some of them are no good. The cabling looks great. Electrically, it's fine, but ran into a problem where I really wasn't able to breathe when I woke up. And I think that's because, and I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like there's mold here. And so what I've done is actually gone ahead and neutralized it all with vinegar, gone through, scrubbed the entire thing with a wire brush, sanded it down, and then steamed in between the boards to make sure I have gotten literally everything. So this has been a very tedious process, and I've not even really finished a quarter of the basement space, because even a little room like this had taken me probably close to an entire day. Obviously, there is the threat of inhaling something as well, and so trying to be very careful, section this entire area off with plastic sheeting, using HEPA filters. It's just been capital taxing as well as labor intensive. Problems keep popping up as well, equipment not wanting to work, trying to keep up with batteries charging, and it's been a huge headache. Now, fortunately, I am close to family, and my dad is a rock star, so I called him in for backup, because otherwise there was no way we were even going to make a dent on this. The eventual long-term payoff of this project is increasing the property value, as well as really seeing what damage there is, so that way long-term we don't have any problems. I don't want the floor caving in. I don't want there to be something missed. And then obviously being able to breathe would be great. Taking a lot of work and a lot of time, but I think it will be worth it. There's also some smaller projects like taking the sink and possibly removing it and putting a washer dryer here. I just have to get gas over. There's also the security panel to my right, and it'll eventually host all of our security and door access. There is literally so much storage space on this side of the basement, I couldn't use it all if I tried. It will eventually host all of our projects, but while I do the mold and the fire damage, I've moved everything over to the other side. Once I start that side, I'll move it all over here. And so eventually we'll be able to section off all of our projects really, really well and organize, hopefully super efficiently, along with all the space to be able to do things like big repairs, big projects, have equipment down here, and really make a state-of-the-art workshop. I am very excited for what the end of this building is going to be. It's a secret project that I've been meaning to do for a long time. It involves a couple of holes in the floor, a lot of water, and a little bit of light. So eventually you guys will see what that looks like, but I'm not going to spoil that one yet until I have a little bit more going on that front. There is a leak in this corner as well, so we'll have to do some work, but it'll be ready by the time we need it. I am going to go more into depth about each individual project and the direction that it's headed, kind of on its own, over the next few weeks, and especially as they pop up. There's a lot, and it's not worth putting all in one video. So, but there are a couple of projects that are in the works, one of which is a website that I hope to be a community page, where all of these projects have their own dedicated blueprints, plans, programming, and blog, where we can discuss like possible ideas or next steps or troubleshooting issues and that kind of ordeal. I definitely want you guys as the viewership to be able to have input. I cannot think of everything, and community is the best way forward, and of course I want to give you guys credit for that, and we can figure some stuff out going down the road and have some fun doing it. I hope that all of this is open and transparent. The entire idea of this place is to show the truth and the beauty behind being an entrepreneur, but also just the process and the growth that I experience as a result along the way. And I can't do that without, if it were just me, without you guys, without the people that I know and want to be involved. And I'm very grateful for that. So I intend to blow that up to the max, as opposed to make this the Jackson show, right? That's not what this is. at least for the time being, there's a lot of networking and projects that are going up, and I definitely want to market. But I think I'll mostly summarize what happens in it during a week, and then make an overarching video of the whole thing, and go into depth about where I spent my money, why I spent it, what that investment hopefully looks like, what the project looks like, the progress on certain things, and then the issues and the fallbacks and the problems that occurred with all of that. Because there will be plenty, and I've already dealt with so many. I feel like I've been sidetracked about 1,000,000 times, and well, just how it goes. But we're going to try not to get too distracted and stay on pace. Stick to these couple of plans. Being a landlord, I have an obligation to my tenants first and foremost. So the mechanical understanding of like HVAC and how appliances work, coupled with being able to just keep up with maintenance problems. Right, that's good learning experience. That comes first. I also, everything that comes into this building is, the auctions are very good. So auctioneering and being able to be resourceful, and then blowing that up to the max and being able to search the internet for the thing I need for the cheapest possible price is a very valuable tool that I intend to take full advantage of. And the drone and the 3D printing are the two segues to actually generating revenue, one passively, one actively, and then also making those business relations and being able to see where it grows, and then taking on things like I already mentioned, the PCBs, and adding that in. So slowly we'll make evolutions, right? And then fitness and health need to remain important. You need to renew your body in order to renew your mind to keep your soul in check, right? And I believe that you start with the soul, and then the body and the mind are healed afterwards. That is biblical as well. But physical fitness is important sometimes. And so it has to remain a priority. And then the finances. Unfortunately, you guys can't see my doodles on these boards very well, but all of the numbers have been laid out, and I'm hoping to do a breakdown of the financials, because I don't want to hold that part back. People don't like to talk about money, but if you don't use your resources wisely, then you're doomed from the start. And so the management of that and the strategies that are behind it drive a lot of this. And so I intend to be fully open about that as well. But we'll see where this whole thing goes. This is just the start, the basics, what's happened so far, and the platform to launch into the future.